Hi, lovely, and welcome to More Than the Glass. This is an honest conversation about motherhood, alcohol, identity, and reconnecting with yourself. I'm Karen,
And I'm Gillian.
and wherever you are on your journey, you are so very welcome here because we deserve more. So, in this episode today, we are celebrating Gillian's an incredible milestone that she has just achieved 6 years alcohol free. So, what we thought we would do today is lift the lid on Gillian's alcohol free story and just allow you to get to know Gillian a little bit better. So, we're going to be diving into her deepest, darkest secrets. Maybe. But yeah, I guess, just kind of just understanding a little bit more about what brought you here, Gillian. So
Yeah.
it's my pleasure today to be able to kind of interview you. So
Oh,
welcome to More Than the Glass, Gillian.
thank you very much for having me.
I guess the fundamental start of this, I guess, is to really kind of understand um, what was happening in your life at that point that really started to make you question things.
It's dead weird. It's so weird to think that far back. I think I don't know about you, but as it feels dead weird to think that far back.
Mm,
I don't know. I don't know the honest answer, right? Sorry, but there was no epiphany. It was very gradual. There was nothing that went, this needs to stop, you need to change. I feel like it just became I feel as if that noise in my head just started becoming louder and louder.
mhm.
Um I just always feel that there was all I think I've always been an anxious person. And I think once I had Alfie, I became even more anxious. And I always say that I feel as if then I went back to work and I feel like there was more and more reasons to drink because I had like this job I was trying to get my head round, this baby that I was trying to get my head round. Being a mum wasn't natural to me. I really, really struggled, especially those early days. But then I had all these reasons not to drink because I had a job I was trying to get my head round. I had this baby that I like loved dearly and wanted to be better for. And I just think it was there was a lot more volume inside my head and none of it was pleasant.
I I really resonate with what you say about, and I think becoming a mum. Nothing. You can read as many books as you like. Like I was reading like the pregnancy book every week, what was happening to my body, like everything in preparation for giving birth. Nothing prepared me for actually what came after, and just this complete transformation of anything you've ever known. Like your life literally does turn upside down,
Ah,
doesn't it? And I don't think any amount of planning and packing a bag for the hospital and painting a nursery or any of
no.
that can prepare you for that when it hits.
Yeah, and I don't even know that it was I don't even know that like you said, the pack in the bag, the nursery, like sometimes I'm not even sure it was the actual taking care of Alfie that was the challenge. It was the complete overhaul of me as a person,
Yes.
my identity. Nobody talks about that. like I know they do now, and it's maybe something we could talk about another day, but like my trace-ons, I think it's called, like that complete identity shift. And I just didn't have a clue. I didn't have a clue. And so the volume was up on all this chitter chatter in my head. And as I said, none of it was pleasant. So if I'm honest, my drinking probably got worse, and as a way of shutting that noise up.
Mm.
And of course, it didn't. It just kept getting louder and louder. And I was trying all these different things. Like I tried meditation, I tried exercise, I would try lots and lots of stuff. Thinking, please don't make me think it. Like, don't let's not look at, at alcohol, because I would have had no clue, and I did have no clue where to start with
No,
that.
no. And I think again, you touched on the fact that you were like naturally quite an anxious person, and I think that's hard enough when there's just you to worry about, you to think about, but then bring in another life that you are completely responsible for. I mean, you've grown this being for like the past 9 months, and now here we are. This is your, this is your life now.
Yeah.
That anxiety must have just, you know,
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's an awful thing to live with, an absolutely awful thing to live with. It doesn't switch off, it doesn't quiet in for anything. It's just always there in the back of your mind, completely irrational. And so, yeah, I think that was like the more and more reasons to drink, just to try and really quieten this noise. But it was a if I'm brutally honest, it was just a horrible time before I stopped, and
mm,
even when I was trying to stop, because I did not care for myself one bit. I really didn't. I've just had the lowest of the lowest opinion of myself. Um, and loneliness, real loneliness, because I daren't speak about it to anybody. Nobody. So I think that was the point where it was like, that's what was starting. Just a real place that was really lonely and really quite nasty, actually, really quite nasty towards myself.
mhm,
And I knew that my drinking wasn't good. I knew that I was thinking about the next drink. Like if I was opening a bottle of wine, I was like, "Oh, how long is this one going to last?" Do you know what I mean? Like, see all those other, a lot. A lot of the conversation started to be about alcohol. Like, don't do it tonight. Yeah, just do it tonight. Oh, it's fine. You've had a really shit day today. Um, when's John going to be home from work, so it looks okay to pour the glass of wine? Do you know what I mean? Like, so all of a sudden, conversations in my head were around alcohol that hadn't happened in the past. So yeah, I like, I'm a sensible person. Like, I know that stuff's not.
mhm.
I don't want to say it's not normal, because we now know that it is normal. We
Yeah,
know how many mums are feeling like that. But
yeah.
at that time, you don't think it's normal or it's right and all that stuff. So,
You
um,
don't. And I think you can have the widest group of friends, family, like the biggest support network, but you can still feel so alone and so um, isolated and lonely, like you described, because you then admit those feelings, because it's really scary. And also, you again, it plays in your head that you're letting everyone down, that potentially, it's shameful, it's weak, you should be coping. Everybody else, look at everybody else, they can all, manage all of this. Why is it just me? And then that feeds that negativity and those feelings of self-worth, and just that awful way, like you explained, that you would think and talk to yourself,
I would give you everything I own and could possibly own in the future rather than go back to that.
Yeah.
It was so horrible. like you would have to take me back kicking and screaming. I wouldn't do.
No,
It was
no.
horrible,
Mm.
horrible place to be.
And again, I think when you go back to that point as well, it must just feel like it was a completely different life, a completely different person.
And I
Um,
suppose that's probably why I said at the beginning, like, it's hard to think back to that place. I probably
yeah,
just don't want to think back to that,
yeah.
like, if I'm honest with you. Um, I don't know why, but I feel as if when I think about it, I remember it's maybe too much information for people, but I feel like I remember sitting in the toilet with my phone and just thinking, oh, and seeing an advert for 1 year no beer. Like,
Hmm.
so just being there of a morning, being like, oh God, here we are.
Here again,
Um,
yeah.
and seeing something and going, oh, there's something that might there's something. I remember thinking my phone was listening to me. Your phone, like, you know the way if you they know what's going on. So whether I had Googled stuff, I don't know. Whether I had subconsciously hovered over an advert or something like that, but something came through and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm
Yeah,
going to do it. I'm going to try
yeah.
this. I don't remember if there was something, if it was a particularly bad hangover or
Mhm.
a pretty steaming night the night before. Like, I don't know. I don't know any of that. I just remember that it was like a feeling that this just can't keep carrying on.
Mm, mm. And maybe you, yeah, just in that moment, in that space, it had just, yeah, maybe just something had clicked and you were like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
something's got to give.
Yeah. And like from that point though, until this
Hmm.
point, like 6 years, I was starting and stopping for 3 years. So
Yeah,
I think people need to know that. Like, it's
yeah,
not
agreed.
that it happens and it happens first time. I stopped that first time that I tried, and I completed the 28 days successfully, as I would say, and
Hmm.
it finished on John's 40th birthday.
Hmm.
Thank God, because I could never have imagined not drinking at that time on such a big
Hmm.
kind of celebration like that. Um, and then I was still drinking on my 40th, and I'm 3 years younger than John. So I went back and forth and back and forth. That was not that, oh, that time was really horrible, all the negativity and stuff. And then I made a decision and dinner. Like, it wasn't like that at all. And probably those 3 years were worse than the time that I was just thinking about it, because then I had admitted it, then I was trying it, then in my eyes I was failing at it as well. And that's where that was the God, you are a piece of shit. You really can't do this. You're this, you're that. So the volume got louder and louder and louder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think it's so important. You know, some people can have that epiphany and they give up and they do it in one shot and it's amazing. And
Incredible.
for both of us, yeah, exactly, kudos to them. For both of us, that was never going to be,
No.
you know I know now. I mean, I go back over 20 years, I'd say 25 years plus. I questioned my drinking and the effect it had on me. Like, I have that evidence, that even back then I knew that something wasn't right. Yeah, but it just niggles. It just niggles away.
Yeah,
Um,
niggles is the word, isn't it?
no.
Yeah.
So our circle, we often, often talk about practicing the pause. So that is our big strategy tool, and we refer to that so much, that moment between that urge to drink and choosing to do something different.
Uh-huh.
What would you say helped you create that pause?
Well, for starters, I wish our circle was around when I was trying to stop, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be brutally honest and say this isn't something that I was practicing. I think this is something me and you have observed through
Yeah.
doing our through creating this space and speaking to these women. I don't think this is something that is born out of my own experience, or I don't know about
No,
you.
no,
I
no.
think,
Like you, I wish I had known this then.
yeah, yeah. I suppose, and maybe I'm doing myself a slight injustice. I do remember at a point saying to myself, have the alcohol free drink, and if you still want a drink after that, pour a drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I suppose alcohol free drinks were a biggie for me, and
Mhm.
they still are. I still love
Yeah.
alcohol free drinks.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember John saying at one point, "You spend more bloody money on alcohol free drinks than you ever did alcohol." Like, things were getting delivered to the house
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the time. I sometimes tried to extend that a bit more and thought, do you know what? Just do it tonight. Just stick to it tonight. And if you hate it, if it's absolutely hellish, just get leathered tomorrow night. Like, so that was I suppose that was an extension of the one alcohol free drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
You were almost writing yourself a permission slip for to start with later on that evening, and then it progressed to the next day. So it's almost like you're kind of, yeah, you're just giving you're giving yourself a loose out, I think,
yeah.
aren't you? Yeah.
I mean, I suppose maybe that is a pause, really. It's just not framed as nicely as we
Yeah.
tried to do
As we do now. It's
it.
not as polished.
Another thing that for me that created a bit of a pause, I suppose, was this time round, this 6 year stint. Um, I did take up running,
Mhm.
and also what did help me at that time was it was during the pandemic, so the world wanted less of you. It was just me, John, and Alfie in the house. So I'm well aware that I could literally say I'm away out a run whenever I wanted, really, at that time, because come night time there was nobody, there was no nights out, there was no like other things going on, if you know what I mean. We were all just kind of stuck in the house.
Yeah.
So I could really, so the reason I'm saying that, Cam, is because I appreciate now the world's back to normal. It's not as easy to just say, to hell with you lot, I'm going out a run
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
As a
Exactly.
mum, that's not as easy when
No.
so and so's got this club, so and so's got that club.
Yeah.
The stuff needs doing.
Mhm.
I could do that during the pandemic.
Yes.
Um, and that acted as a bit of a distraction from
Yeah.
the actual I want a drink, but
Mhm.
it also gave me something where I actually started to see my progress in
Yeah.
something. Like, I
Yes.
saw myself getting running for long as my days were ramping up. My distance was as well,
Yeah.
and I was like, well,
Yeah.
this isn't a coincidence. So yeah, I'd say those were messier versions of my pause, like getting out a run, have the alcohol free drink if you still want it after, have a drink, and then gradually getting that, using that, we'll do it next time, do it tomorrow night. And that I do remember then saying to myself, like extending that to those bigger occasions, like if it's a Christmas, I said to
Yeah.
myself, just do this Christmas,
Yeah.
just try it, and if you don't like it, get bladdered on Boxing Day or the wedding or the something. Like,
Yeah.
I remember extending that to like events.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, they were my pauses, just not packaged up quite as nicely as our practice in the pause.
It worked. It worked. So I guess looking back on everything, and I know it's going to be difficult to like choose something, but what is the biggest gift that alcohol free living has given you? I know it's difficult to
Like,
choose.
I swear to God, it has given me my life back.
Yeah.
It is literally given me my life back, it's given me the chance to be the mum that I was so scared about being at the beginning. And I'm not a great mum, by the way. I'm not saying I'm a perfect mum or anything.
I think
What I'm
Alfie might
saying
say
is,
otherwise, just to
but
say.
oh, do you know what it's given me then? It's given me the chance to put my head on the pillow each night and say, "You done your best today."
Mm,
It's
yeah,
given me the chance to put my head on the pillow and say, "Right, that wasn't great. You didn't handle that very well. But when we get up tomorrow morning, we'll talk about it." Like, do you know what I mean? Whereas it's just giving me that awareness. Whereas back then there was nothing I was doing right. There was nothing I could say. I could learn from that. I could be better at that. Um, you done well today, Gillian. Like,
yeah,
there was no opportunity to stop and reflect on who I was and the type of mum I could be. So I think it's just given me that. It's given me the chance to I put my head on the pillow and be like, yeah, today was today was all right. Some days I put my head in the pillow and like today was brilliant. Like
yeah,
it was a day.
yeah.
And do you know like I
You do.
do like
And you've got that clarity. Like you say, even if it wasn't the best day, or even if something shit happened, you got the clarity. You can work for it. Like and it's all factual. It's all there, isn't it? None of it's jaded. None of it's made up. None of it's like
right.
contorted. It's still all there for you to be able to just work through it. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah.
You see things for what they are, not this made up, messed up, crazy
Distorted
chaos
version.
in your head.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
definitely just a chance to it's just a chance to step back and get some
Yeah.
perspective in life.
And now I know we've kind of spoken about this question like previously before, and I remember a post on social media as well, and it's quite an emotional kind of led question. But if you could sit down with that Gillian, who was just at the beginning of her journey, Gillian of 6 years ago, what would you want her to know?
I just want her to know that she's going to be okay. In fact, she's going to be better. She'll be better than okay, but she wouldn't have believed me. She wouldn't have listened to that. So I would just want her to know it will be okay
Yeah,
because I was just so scared when I knew it was about the alcohol, when I knew that that was the thing that had to change. I was terrified. I thought my life was over. I thought my marriage wouldn't make it. I thought I'd lose all my friends. Like it was from a point of real fear at that point.
yeah,
If I could just whisper in her ear and be like, it's going to be okay.
yeah,
And tell and just reassure her. Um, because the rest follows, the great stuff follows, like all that stuff follows. But at that beginning stage, you're too closed off to hear that or
mm,
believe it. I just want to give her a cuddle, Karen. Honest to
no.
God, I want to give her a cuddle.
I swear to God, right? If it was Karen and Gillian back in the day together, I'll call it out. If those two had met back in the day, it would have been absolute carnage, can I say? But I also, yeah, I just, you just want to put your arms around them, don't you? And just give them a big cuddle because I know how, oh, yeah. It's the pain and the hurt, um, and um, just the way that we thought about ourselves and just that, not even liking yourself, let alone loving yourself. It's awful. Absolutely
It is.
beautiful. Yeah.
When I look back, I just think she's dead young. I don't know whether this is this age, but I feel like I've grown up so much
Yeah.
since that point. So
Yeah.
I just look at it and think, oh, oh,
I
it's
know.
really
God
incredible.
love her.
I know. Eh.
Yeah.
But then I'd give her a quick kick up the bum and say, just get on with
I
it,
knew
right?
it,
You've
yeah.
faffed
Enough
about,
talking.
faffed about long enough with this. Let's just get it done. That is
Yeah. Agreed. I can't believe we are coming towards the end because I literally know that we would just sit and talk and talk and talk about this for hours as we have. Um, finish this sentence, Gillian Brown. Becoming alcohol free has given me more.
peace. More peace.
And in this crazy, crazy world, isn't that ultimately a really precious gift?
Yeah, exactly. And when the world feels all chaotic, when in here at that point was just so shouty, just to have just like I'm not saying I'm like zen all the time, and I know like I've got, but it's just so much more peaceful.
Yeah, inner peace. Love that. Well, thank you so much. It has been my absolute pleasure to
Oh,
chat to you this evening.
thank you very much. Thank you, Karen. I was a bit apprehensive, but I've enjoyed that. But yeah, thank you to everyone listening, and we hope that we're leaving you feeling supported and reminded that you don't have to do this alone. If anything in this episode has resonated with you, or if you're just curious about what more could look like, come and find us at our circle. But until next time, please take gentle care of yourself because we deserve more.